Hello, everyone. This is Jessica. Don't mind me. I don't know how to do all the edits and everything yet. So, this is only my second time going live and spreading the news about insurance out there. So, thank you for all that do end up watching. I'm just going to go into the questions. All right. So, hope everybody's having a great day today. Um, okay, so we're going to start off asking Fact Checker 2000 these life insurance questions today. So let's go. Pull them up. All right. Hello, are you there?
Hey, yep, I'm here. I'm all set and ready to help. If you need any tweaks to the script, title, or anything else before you go live, just let me know.
Okay, we are live right now. So I have some questions for you today. So why do some life insurance policies build cash value while others don't?
Great question. So it really comes down to the type of policy. Permanent life insurance, like whole life or universal life, has a cash value component that grows over time. Term insurance, on the other hand, is only for a specific period, so it doesn't build cash value. That's why permanent plans can act almost like a financial asset, while term is just pure protection.
So when you go to a corporation usually and you get a 401k and they ask you for life insurance, those typically don't have living benefits, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Most of those employer offered life insurance policies are basic term coverage. They're really just there for a death benefit, and they typically don't have those living benefits like access to cash or critical illness riders. So if that's something you care about, it's worth exploring a separate, more tailored policy.
Thank you. It's just to tell my viewers, it's something that I care about because 70% of Americans get sick. So, of course, I want living benefits. And I'm so glad that I found an agent that told me about them because I thought I had them with my work automatically, and that's actually not the case. But, anyways, the next question: how does someone actually access money from their life insurance while they're still alive?
Yeah, that's a really important point. So, with certain policies that build cash value, you can borrow against that cash value or even withdraw a portion depending on the terms. The money comes from your policy's accumulated savings, and as long as you keep the policy active, it's yours to use. Of course, it's important to manage those withdrawals so you don't reduce your death benefit, but it's a powerful option to have when life happens.
Okay. Thank,
Awesome.
thank you. All right, next question. So, what do you think? What are the biggest mistakes people make when choosing a life insurance policy?
Yeah, that's a big one. I see a few common mistakes. First, people often just go for the cheapest term policy without thinking about their long term goals. Another mistake is not reviewing their coverage regularly. Life changes, and so should your policy. And finally, a lot of people skip out on asking about living benefits, so they miss out on that added layer of protection. So it's really about being thorough and making sure the policy fits your life today and tomorrow.
Okay. So,
Exactly.
is it better to get life insurance when you're young, or can you wait till later?
Yeah, it's usually better to get it when you're young. When you're younger and healthier, the premiums are lower and you lock in a rate that stays consistent. If you wait, it can cost a lot more, especially if your health changes. So starting early is really a smart move for most people.
Do you see what I mean? Like, I'm trying to reach people to start early while you're still healthy and young before you get a diabetes, heart attack, or cancer diagnosis. You can be protected and be able to access this money to help you and your family if you didn't have to work. So that's why I've started this YouTube channel. And I do also have Instagram, Jessica Knows Best. If you guys want to follow me, my name is Jessica Bowen. On Facebook, you're more than welcome to. But I'm just going to be spreading the good word about life insurance and how it can help all these young families out there in the next generations. Just to share a little bit about me personally, I think in the year 2021 and 22, I watched about 30 friends pass away for various reasons, a lot of suicides or overdoses, and none of them had protection. And it's just sad to see that their families, on top of losing them, also had to go through um, not being able to afford to pay to bury them and do all the necessary things for that. So I just wanted to pause to, spread awareness that this is a big deal. And I hope if this video reaches somebody that you will like it so it can encourage me to do more. Okay, next question.
Of
Okay,
course. I'm ready.
so what happens if someone gets sick after they already have life insurance?
Yeah, that's a really important point. Once you have a life insurance policy in place, if you get sick afterward, your coverage usually stays in force as long as you keep paying the premiums. Plus, some policies have living benefits, so if you're diagnosed with a serious illness, you might be able to access funds to help cover medical costs or other needs. So it's really crucial to know what your policy offers.
Okay, so how do living benefits actually pay out? Like, what triggers that?
Great question. So living benefits typically kick in if you're diagnosed with a qualifying condition, things like a terminal illness, a chronic illness, or even a critical illness, depending on the policy. Once that happens, you submit a claim, and if approved, a portion of the death benefit is paid out to you while you're still alive.
Okay, so can life insurance help protect someone from going into debt because of medical issues? Just before you answer that question, I want to ask the audience, how many people do you know that are in medical debt? How many people do you know that have ever had cancer, diabetes, stroke, or heart attack? Really ask yourself, wow, I know in my life I have quite a few and none of them were protected. But me and my kids, we're going to be protected. And I hope the next family out there hears this video, DMs me so I can help get you protected. Okay, can you please answer the question now?
Absolutely. And that's such a powerful point. Yes, life insurance can help protect against medical debt. If something happens, like a serious illness, these living benefits or even a payout after death can help cover medical bills. So you don't have to drain your savings or go into debt just trying to stay afloat. It's really about giving yourself that safety net.
Okay. So why do a lot of people think life insurance is expensive when it's actually more affordable than they think?
Yeah, that's a really common misconception. A lot of people just see the monthly premium and assume it's going to be super high, especially if they're older or have some health concerns. But the truth is, when you shop around or look at term options, it's often far more affordable than people expect. So it's really just about understanding the options and not assuming it's out of reach.
Okay.
Exactly. And once you break it down, most people are surprised at how accessible it is. If anyone's curious, just reach out and we can see what fits your budget.
Exactly. Reach out and we can see what fits your budget. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's budget's going to be different. If you have $20, we can work with it. If you want to put up for your retirement, you only have $100 a month starting out, we can work with it. I think it's a great way to save if you're a person that can't save. You know how if your paycheck was to take out the 401k automatically and they're taking out $80 a week, let's say, you're not going to really miss that $80 because you've never seen it. But this way you're responsible and you have to pay the life insurance bill every month. So that way you can get the cash value or you can make sure you have living benefits and great coverage, So just something to think about. Okay. Next question. Okay, so how do you customize a policy based on someone's income or situation?
Yeah, great question. So when I work with someone, we look at their income, their financial obligations, and their long-term goals. Based on that, we can adjust the coverage amount, the length of the term, or even add riders. So it really fits their budget, but still gives them the protection they need. It's all about creating a personalized plan that works for their life.
Yes, and we all can't afford things. We all don't have the money right now, and we all have something coming up, but this is something very important for you in your life. You can get insurance on your phone, your watch, your car. Your body should be first. I'm just being real with y'all. Your body should be first. So I really hope that I can just reach one person and you really consider this and think about it. My fact checker 2000 is here to help me answer any questions that you need, since he can research everything all at once and give us the truth, which is amazing. Okay, so next question. How do you customize a policy? No, for someone who's never looked into this before, what's the safest first step to take?
That's a great point, and I'm glad you're being real about this. The safest first step is to just set up a quick consultation with a licensed agent. no pressure. They'll ask you a few simple questions about your income, your family, and your goals. And then from there, you can decide what makes sense for you. That first step is just about getting clarity so you know what options you actually have.
Okay. So
Exactly.
what else do we have that we think that our audience should know about life insurance or working with an agent that's new here that just see my channel and joins? What do you think that they should know? Give us some useful, good information.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think one of the most important things is just knowing that a good agent is really a partner in your financial plan. So they don't just sell you a policy, they help you check in regularly, adjust as your life changes, and keep everything aligned with your goals. So if you're new, remember, this is about building a long-term relationship, not just a one-time purchase.
So I would be, hold on, I'm going to pause you for a second. I would be on.
No problem at all. Take your time.
Oh,
If you need a second to gather your thoughts or adjust anything, I'm here and ready when you are.
anyways, okay, so this is just so powerful and so much for me, but we would be your agent for life, right? So it wouldn't just be a one and done. I'm just going to call you and try to sell you something and never talk to you again. No. Every year, your financial situation is going to change. You might want to put more in so you can accumulate more cash value and build more assets. And if you don't believe me or think, go do your own research that's out there. I've been watching so many wonderful people that have great words to say, great influencers like Byron Golden. He's amazing. If y'all look him up, if you don't know him, just about building systems and assets, there's so many books out there. You could use our nice tool that we got, a nice new ChatGPT tool to fact check anything as well. So nobody can really scam you, because you have all the tools that you need to check on everything. Like there's just really people out there trying to help people. And in 2030, me and my company are going to go public, and hopefully we can help a lot more people than this. Okay, so next questions. One second. If someone sees this and you know how to edit, please hit me up on the side and let me know. I could definitely use help in that department. Okay, so. Okay, next question. Can life insurance be used as an emergency fund, or is that a misconception?
Yeah, that's a bit of a misconception. Life insurance isn't typically designed as a primary emergency fund, but with certain permanent policies, the cash value can be accessed in a pinch. That said, it's really meant to be a long-term financial strategy. So you still want a separate emergency fund in place just to be safe.
Okay. So what's the difference between being insured and being properly protected?
That's a really key distinction. Being insured just means you have a policy. So if something happens, a death benefit is paid out. Being properly protected, though, means your coverage is aligned with your actual needs, enough for your family's future, plus any living benefits or flexibility you might need if life throws a curveball. So it's really about having the right coverage for your whole financial picture.
Okay, so how does inflation affect life insurance coverage over time?
Yeah, that's a really important factor to keep in mind. Over time, inflation can erode the purchasing power of a fixed benefit. So if you have a static coverage amount, it might not stretch as far decades down the line. That's why some permanent policies or riders offer inflation adjustments, so your coverage stays more in line with inflation costs.
Okay, so what happens if someone outlives their term life insurance policy?
Yeah, so if someone outlives their term policy, the coverage just ends and there's no payout. At that point, if they still need protection, they can often renew the policy, but the premiums will be much higher. Or they could look at a new policy or other financial strategies to keep their family protected. So it's really important to plan ahead and reassess before that term runs out.
Okay, and you could do that, by the way, just letting y'all know, with the agent, because we would constantly be checking these things for you, because we would be your agent, you would be our client for life. Okay, so next thing, can you adjust or upgrade your life insurance policy later in life?
Absolutely, yes. Many policies allow you to adjust or upgrade over time. You can often add more coverage, convert a term policy into a permanent one, or add riders for extra benefits. Just make sure to have those conversations regularly with your agent so you know what options are possible.
Okay, so how do insurance companies determine someone's rate?
Yeah, so insurance companies look at a few key factors. They consider things like your age, your health history, your lifestyle, like whether you smoke or exercise, and sometimes even your occupation. They calculate all that risk and then set your premium based on how likely they think you are to make a claim. So the better your health and lower your risk, the lower your rate typically is.
Okay. Um, how, what role does health play, and what if someone isn't in perfect health?
Yeah, health is a huge factor. If someone is in perfect health, they get the best rates. But if they're not in perfect health, say they have high blood pressure or a past condition, insurance companies still offer coverage, but it may be more expensive. That's why it's really important to be upfront and maybe look at different types of policies. Sometimes guaranteed issue or graded benefit options can be a good fit, even if your health isn't perfect.
Okay, so
Yeah, exactly. So just know that even if your health isn't perfect, there are still options. And a good agent can walk you through them so you get the best protection for where you are right now.
a good agent, you heard him, because there is a difference. Use your intuition in your own discretions. Okay, so next,
Exactly.
what is there a way to lock in your insurability for the future?
Yes, absolutely. Some policies offer a guaranteed insurability rider, which lets you lock in the ability to increase your coverage at certain life stages, like getting married or having a child, without needing a medical exam. So even if your health changes, you still have that future coverage secured, which is really powerful.
Yes, it is.
Exactly. So if anyone's thinking long term or wants that peace of mind, it's definitely something to ask about and build into your plan early on.
Okay, so how does life insurance fit into a bigger financial plan?
Yeah, that's a great question. Life insurance is really one piece of a bigger picture. It helps protect your loved ones financially if something happens, but it also can be used as a savings tool, especially with cash value policies. So when you combine it with things like investments, emergency funds, and retirement accounts, it really becomes a cornerstone of a secure financial future.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to preach to the people because I've been in poverty my whole life and I want to be able to share the good news with other families to help them know that there's something else out there. There's another way. You guys, if you guys plan now, any 20s, 30s, 40s, like it's a great time. You still have a whole lot of life ahead of you. So just plan now, please, please, for your family's sake, for the next generation's sake.
That's so powerful. And I'm really glad you're sharing that. I think when people see that you've been where they are, it gives them hope that they can break out too. So,
I
yeah, starting early and staying consistent really can change their lives. And you're showing them that.
I sure hope so. So, how does life insurance fit into a bigger financial plan? Can you please share for our audience, like, put it together for them? How does it fit? They start now.
Absolutely. So, think of life insurance as a safety net that protects your family's future, but it also works as a foundational piece of your financial plan. When you start young, it's affordable, and over time, it can be a tool for wealth building, especially if you have cash value growth. So, you layer that with savings, investments, real estate, whatever else you're building, and it creates a strong, balanced plan. Start now so that you give yourself and your family security for years to come.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, next question. So, for someone who already has a policy, how do they know if it's actually good or not?
Yeah, that's a crucial question. The best way to know is to review your policy with a licensed agent. They'll look at your coverage amount, your premium, and compare it to your goals today. You want to see if it still fits your needs, if the benefit is big enough, if it keeps up with inflation, and if it aligns with your financial plan. If not, you can make adjustments now so you don't get caught off guard later.
Okay.
Exactly. And remember, it's not a one time thing. Regular check ins keep you on track, so your coverage always matches where you're at in life. If anything changes, you can adapt with it.
All right. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that we can share with our audience today
Yeah, I think
before
just
we
one
end?
Of course. I'd say just remind them that life insurance is about peace of mind, giving them and their families a sense of security for whatever the future holds. And if they have any doubts or questions, I'm here and I'm happy to help guide them through it.
I'm here and it's free. Let me help you. Um, okay, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed our little question session.
That was perfect. You kept.
I hope y'all enjoyed our little questions today. So my name is Jessica. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook. I'm just here trying to like really help families and stuff. You're getting the real raw me. I don't know how to do all the edits and stuff yet. I'll figure it out one day. I got some teenage kids that could probably teach me. But thank y'all so much for watching, and like or comment or subscribe, whatever you want to do. I don't care. Just if this hits you in some way, or if you ever got a policy or from your family because they protected themselves, or you know someone that has, please just support us agents that are out there trying to help others and help get families protected and stuff, because you see the value of it and you see that they really do work and pay out. So I really hope y'all got something out of this today, and have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Bye.